What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. We're gonna go into the Wield right now. I actually got my party all configured, but I didn't want you to miss the dialogue at the beginning, so I was like, oh wait, there's gonna be dialogue where he explains what the zone is. So here we go!
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Well, if there's one thing I know that I enjoy, it's fire, so I figure playing with fire in the middle of a forest, what could go wrong here, Smokey? What could go wrong here? This is our party. I call this the all-out assault. This is going to be the onslaught party right here. We've got, this party is ridiculous. So we've got AOE, 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 and then we've got AOE heals and single target heals. This party right here, I think, is going to be the winner. I don't know if I should, like, look inside these spider webs. Should we? Ooh, treasures are hidden behind the web. That's never happened to me before. Usually you get tangled up in the web and then it gives you a debuff for like the rest of the level. It's a little bit sad when it happens. It's upsetting. Not like deeply upsetting, but marginally. Ooh, good, 50 gold. Like I said, what's the point in bringing a sack? It's 50 gold. Just like throw it in a little pouch or something. Let me pop a torch right here. My supplies are 12, 2 keys, and 2 shovels, in case you were wondering from the provisioning phase. Nice and easy. I always use the same standard setup. Couple of enemies right here to be worried about, but not really that worried about. So what we're going to run into right now is that they use a lot of blight in the forest, and they have a lot of artillery abilities too, just like that.
About to break.
You know how I said an AOE crit is the worst thing that can happen to you? That's why. It's not necessarily due to the fact of anything else. It's just that you get so much stress from an AOE crit. We're going to use breakthrough. So there's 12 damage it looks like right there. With our rogues, I think what I'm going to try and do is we're going to offset... just AoE heal for right now, it'll be okay. We gotta offset the blight damage, basically. Everybody's gonna be AoEing all day long. Now, this party does have a weakness. Our single target damage leaves, like, something to be desired. However, we should be able to cleave through enemies pretty quick. A groping swipe out right there. Bad RNG has decided to set us up nice and early with a lot of stress stimuli, which is unfortunate. I think we'll be okay, though. We have serious problems right now, but they're not so serious. They could be a lot worse. I'm going to give him a heal for 5 and see if that'll take him back up. The other problem is that our party is not necessarily so resilient, so that's the other thing you're going to want to think about here. I'm actually going to try... Please don't blight. Okay, so it blighted both of them. Our entire party is blighted right now. The way that I'm going to deal with this is ultimately by just moving my line around. Like, I'm going to be a cheeser right now, and I have a plan, just in case you were wondering. We're going to use Barbaric Yop to essentially, like, perpetually keep them stunned. And so there it is. This character is now stunned, and so what we're going to do from here on out is we're just going to keep, like, stun locking them. And from that point forward, we're just going to focus on healing people. And so we'll drop a nuke over here, 4 to 6, very, very nice. I love the fact that when we upgraded that Divine Heal ability, I really actually sincerely like the fact that it adjusted both the upper and lower bounds for the spell. Like, that's a big deal to me. We'll use Barbaric Yop right here. I think it stacks up, too. Like, it actually gets worse and worse and worse. If we get attacked again after this, this is going to be, like, a major detriment to us. But for right now, I don't think about the problems and the things I do until I've already suffered the consequences. Whatever. Our goal for right now is just to get people healed up because they've taken far too much damage for this early on into the fight. Did I forget to assign a 4th ability on her? I thought I assigned her with the stun, but I guess, I don't know. She's a heal bot anyway, so it's not that big of a deal, but we lost a little bit of utility right there. Just a little bit of utility. I'm going to have him move back to this line. I apologize that this is kind of like not the most entertaining of battles, but you got to do what you got to do in order to make stuff work, I guess. She can still use Barbaric Yop from the 2nd spot, so there it is. Eventually they get like a diminishing returns, I think. I don't know. With some enemies, it seems to work better than others. Divine Grace 2, we'll drop that on him because he's not looking so shiny right now. And I prefer that all of my party members look especially polished at any given moment. And so you can get around the stress gain. There's a very, very large cheese factor to this game that you can play with if you want to. So this character is now taken care of. We're going to move her back. Need to move that around right there. The cheese mode is great with this game. The cheese mode is great. I think he's going to finally get an attack, so let's just finish this thing. Nice. 22 damage crit is going to give a bunch of stress relief too, so that'll help out with some of those crits we took early on.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
It is indeed. Overconfidence will get you tore up in this game. It's bad. Like, I'm the kind of person that knuckles up and just rides it into the ground. Like, I don't run away, and you have to get out of that habit real fast with this game. Like, I'm the kind of person stand my ground is like a real thing when I play video games. And so, like, this game, I had a very, very hard learning curve where I was like, sometimes you just have to, like, swallow your pride and leave. Have I mentioned how much I want that jacket right there? Somebody should manufacture this jacket. Just take the cuffs off of it and give it modern cuffs, and I would wear it. Actually, I don't like the shoulder things right here. You see how it has, like, that little... It's got like a flap on the shoulders. I don't like those. But I like the furry part, and I like the length, and I like the pockets. So if they got rid of the cuffs right there and they got rid of that part on the shoulder, I'd be good. I would totally buy that jacket like tomorrow at Ross if it was like $8. An unlocked Strongbox. Let's take a risk. The contents are yours. Very, very good. A torch and 100 gold, actually. Not very, very good. Kind of like very, very mediocre, to be honest. If something can be very, very mediocre. That seems like that, because mediocrity is sort of like purgatory, where it's not supposed to be, oh, we actually got major issues coming up on us right here. We're going to hit double battles right here. Double battles. Okay. Well, we have no choice. I mean, we're trapped. We can't really go around, so I suppose that's that. I came from nothing, but I will not end with nothing. Please tell me she doesn't develop she didn't have kleptomania? Oh, hylomania. So kleptomania and hylomania, kind of like the same thing, I suppose, in this game. I don't know how it differs. Maybe hylomania focuses more on like other things. I don't know. Oh, for each room she loses the debuff. Well, now that I know how that works, at least I'm aware, I guess. I suppose farming. At least we got a surprise right here. So I guess farming up heals with her being in charge of the stun is probably not the plan for me. I can actually fix her. I can give her adrenaline rush, which will fix part of her problem. I think it won't fix her accuracy, but ooh, that looked pretty badass. I wish I could do that. There we go. It seems to have reversed it. Let's start off with a couple of AoEs right here. How's that sound? What do these guys have in terms of health? They have 6. Keep shooting. I feel like we could probably accomplish something here on the first turn if we really like dedicate to it. I use a group heal since everybody needs a little bit of health. Like, everybody doesn't need a ton of health. Everybody just needs like a little touch-up. Just a little touch-up. A little smidge. There it is. Everybody's got 3 more health than they had before. I can't promise that that's going to like last us in this fight. Stressful incantation out. It's going to cause a little bit of stress right there, as might be denoted by its name. A triple dodge right there, which is a little unfortunate. Hopefully we don't get double triples. Okay, so there it is. No double triples. We got lucky. And then on this side, since she's been buffed, let's go ahead and run her through. Ooh! Yikes. And then there goes stress relief on a couple of people. I think the stress relief might have a boundary. Like when you crit, I think you have to have a certain amount of stress in the first place before a crit will lower your stress, I think. Because it didn't affect any of the people who were below 25, but it affected everybody who was above 25. And since she was only at 30, I think that's a fairly good test of how the mechanic works. Let's keep our light radius up very, very high right here because...
Radiance, may we find victory.
Indeed. In Radiance, indeed. We got all kinds of like light-bearing objects right now. So we've got, let me turn up another torch here. Turn up the torch. Alright, so we've got, I like that song a lot. It's weird how you can listen to the same song just like on repeat, even though nothing new happens in the song. Okay, so a big hit right there for 12. Very, very good. We're going to keep that going. Ah, unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. We didn't land the hit that we wanted to hit. That's because her buff fell off. We'll get it in a second, though. We'll do an AoE. Oh, I wanted the AoE heal. I mean, that's fine. But the AoE heal would have been nicer. Ooh, a double triple dodge. What are the chances of that right there? I would love to see the actual statistical regression of that happening, because that does not seem likely to me. He's now bleeding, which means he has, I think, rabies. Oh, he got rabies. That sucks. Oh, that's brutal. I mean, he gets a bunch of damage, but he loses a ton of accuracy. His accuracy is awful right now. Ooh, we might have to put him into the sanitarium after this, unfortunately. He got hit with some blight. That's okay. Oh, no, he's marked. Okay, so he decided to pee on us like a dog in the woods. You don't pee on a dog in the woods. The dog in the woods pees on stuff. Anyways, I figured I felt like that was a little bit ambiguous, so I needed to talk about it. Let's keep healing. I mean, I feel like if you can get a leveled up Vestal, you should be pretty good for like the remainder of the game. Triple kill, there it is. We should get some kind of stress relief from that. I was going to say a triple kill should be a considerable amount of stress back. 7 damage to the fungal artillery. On this side, oh, a dodge. I was going to say we're going to finish the job, but I got ahead of myself. Escape Cloud for 1 damage. That could blight everybody, and indeed it did. So let's go ahead and keep AoEing to take the edge off that blight. It's not too bad. The status effects are not so terrible in this game. I think... Oh, there it is. So he's got a melee...
Creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
So he's got a melee ability called Duelist's Advance that moves him forward in the line by 1 if he's got it in the right spot. And it's a nice little desperation attack to have. When you need it, it's always nice to have it. Let's bounce on out. Oh, we got a scouting roll again. Good. I'm so happy that we have so many people that are good at scouting in the Wolde. Like, that makes your life a lot easier. I always feel like I'm saying that word wrong. Am I saying that word wrong? I don't know. When I say Wolde, I feel like I'm an 8-year-old that doesn't know how to say R's. My dad had that problem when he was a kid. Had to go to speech therapy for it. The cruel thing is, like, you know how it's cruel that if you have like a lisp and your name is like Leslie, like my name is Leslie, like you have a name that affects it, and my dad's name was Carl, and so he couldn't say his own name. There's something real insulting in the universe about that when you can't say your own name. It's brutal. Mummified. Let's check. There's nothing of value on the body. Well, now that we've defiled the dead in the most sexual ways possible. No, don't clear that with your hands. I almost clicked the wrong thing. That would have been bad. I would love for none of these people to have to be checked into the sanitarium if I can help it. Let's go ahead and step on through. I prefer to fly through these as quickly as possible. You might notice that I play kind of balls to the wall. I fly pretty quickly through these things. We have to do 100% of battles, so we have no choice but to go in here. There's going to be a battle here, and there's going to be a battle in the next room, too. Hopefully we didn't get surprised. Okay, we didn't get surprised, but there's a rabid rush, which is bad. Like, if rabies is permanent, that becomes a major, huge issue for your party. Big crit right there, so the expedition isn't... A dog bit you, man. The expedition is not doomed. Calm down. Triple dodge right there. Oh, that's to be expected considering. Another rabid rush. She resisted whatever happened right there. Let's go ahead and keep on AoEing him down. AoEs are king in this game. If you ain't running AoEs, you're definitely not doing it right. Go ahead and heal her for 5 because she took a pretty good pounding in that round. It was not good for her. Okay, so he's got a bleed effect on him right now. Let's continue just firing away, I guess. I can't promise that we're going to hit things, but hey, it's good for stress. There's the 4-back right there.
Victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Left our health a little bit lower than I would like, especially considering the fact that we know we're about to walk into another combat, but I may try to walk that off, actually. Make it so we don't go in with bleeds or whatever on us. Might make our life a little bit easier. I'm going to have her look. Maybe she's good. Oh, man, the tree has poison sap. Oh, that sucks. I didn't even know that was an option. I never had that happen before, so that's the first time I've seen that. On this side, let's go ahead and torch it on up for right now.
The promise of safety.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We've been through a lot of dungeons here, and I'm not so sure that it promises anything of the sort. Round 1, we didn't get a surprise attack off, but on the plus side, we did get the first attack, so that's good. Big hit for 11 right there on the front end of the combat. I think I will probably... Well, I wish this Yop could go to the back lines, but there's nothing I could do about it at this point. Ooh! Nasty. So nasty. One shot of the lady in the back, took her out. Eldritch Pull is going to be a problem, but he dodged it. We're out of the way. Good things to see right there. Good things to have. We're going to go for the AoE heal for right now. It heals a greater amount. It heals like 7 by comparison to the max that it can do is 6 on an individual person. Keep on shooting. Keep that bucka being released. Pucka that bucka, sucka, as long as you can. I mean, hey. Groping swipe right there. I think Groping Swipe moves you forward by 1, so why he used that on our front line, I'm not sure. Triple dodge right there, expected. But there's the triple kill, so... Oh, never mind, double kill, not a triple kill. Stressful Incantation is out. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to make it out of this one without having to check some people into some sanitarian help. Or sanitarian? Oh my god. I don't know what's going wrong with my talk right now. It's... I got nothing. She's pretty dodgy. You miss a lot against those ladies and...
Expedition at least promises success.
Okay, so we got rubies and we've got gold. Lots of money to take back with us. Unfortunately, we didn't bring any deeds back, which was the big thing that I was looking for. Traveler's tent, somebody left some valuables in it.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
There it is, and so we will use another torch to make sure that things stay lit up.
The path is clear.
Alright, narrator. That's enough from you. I'm the guy that talks all the time here, not you. I'm the guy. That's my job. I'm the guy that never shuts up. It's actually kind of like, I actually know what that feels like right now. I know what that feels like, having that guy that just won't stop talking. I may reevaluate my channel after this. I'm just JK. Well, she came from nothing, but she won't end with nothing, so she's gonna steal from us. Oh, never mind. I guess that means she obsessively opens things. She doesn't steal it, though, so I guess that's what distinguishes it from kleptomania. She just sticks her hands into loot receptacles without thinking about it. Only a little bit of food left. We don't have the alchemist with us or the doctor, so unfortunately we got to try and get rid of this trap. I think we lucked out right there. I can't really tell you, but I'm pretty sure we lucked out. Let me light another torch since we haven't used them all up anyways. Probably be a fight in here. No, we finished all the battles. There shouldn't be. Our goal was to complete 100% of the battles, so the rest of it should just be a loot scoot, I believe. I don't know, what is this? Left luggage. It has a lock on it. Skeleton key. Valuable belongings inside. So we got some...
Stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Got the Fortunate Armlet, which is for the Leper. Feeling all Final Fantasy-ish right now, because everything's an armlet in Final Fantasy. Got some George Washingtons, a little bit of scratch, and an armlet that may be useful later on. If we ever get a Leper... Oh, we got a sneak attack. That's no fun. And we got surprised, even though the light was all the way up. That's disappointing. Luckily, we're pretty much done with it anyways. Point-blank shot. That's the benefit of point-blank shot right there. It moves you around in the line. I mean, they're kind of just moving each other around right here, but hey, Whatever works, works. I'm not going to complain about a good thing. A little bit of... Oh, she resisted. Good. Good, good, good. I love it when she resists. It's fantastic whenever she resists any of the things that are trying. Because actually, while the debuffs aren't that bad, they can be. Oh, missed with the AoE, unfortunately. I love the artwork in this game. Like, seriously, whoever designed this, you are on point, man. You want to come make some thumbnails for me? And, like, you want to come make me a channel avatar or something? I don't know. It's... Like, I might make the channel too grimdark, though. People might get depressed when they come to my channel. It might be too grimdark. It's just too much to be handled. A little bit of blight right there. I figure we'll... Yeah, let's PBS this guy. There you go. It's time for some public access, pal. Enjoy.
Mount. So, too, will resistance.
Alright, well, we'll see if there's anything in the last room. I can't tell you if there is or isn't. But we're going to take a look, just because we've pretty much cleared out everything except for ambushes. So that's all you have to be worried. Let's kind of like sort this a little bit better. Bring the people from the back to the front first, because that pretty much does our job for us. Let's see what's in the next room. Obviously, we got torches left, so we might as well use them.
Is struck. A blazing star is born.
Actually, nothing in the blast. A blazing star. I think the metaphors are getting a little far here, man. A blazing star. It's a stick that's on fire. I think we might be over-romanticizing the flame here. Either way, we're out.
Agents of pestilence will yet be driven from our woods.
Let's do a head count. Well, they gave us some deeds for the quest, so on the plus side, at least that helped us out a little bit, but I'm thinking it might be a good idea to hang out in the world for a little while. Just make sure that we can, like, accumulate some of the things that we're missing. Crests seem to be by far the thing you get the most of. We did really well on gold right there. 7,700 gold is not bad at all. I'm rounding up, by the way. Don't correct my math right now. Anyway, 7,700 is not bad for a short run. A little bit of XP right there. That'll bring them up to level 1 so that we can upgrade their abilities. Positives and negatives. She got lygophobia. So anytime the light gets too low, that's actually, compared to other things that might happen, that's not actually so bad. It just means that they're not very good at... It just means that they're not really that great at dealing with low light situations and farming loot, but I don't need a loot farming group right now, so we're good. Health below 50%, she gets a second win and deals more damage. Considering how large her damage bracket is, that's a good thing. And she lost her disease resist, which is unfortunate, but...
I can still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me.
Back here in town, let's take a look at the events. She lost 1,000 gold and donated it generously because she was guilty. She had a guilty conscience, so I guess she had to do a little bit of those. What were those called back in the day? She had to buy... the Catholic Church used to sell indulgences. There we go. You could pay money to the church, and that would end up, like, absolving your sins. That was, like, that was actually one of the main reasons that I think Martin Luther started the Protestant Reformation. It's actually kind of amazing that Martin Luther didn't end up dead, did he? Did he end up getting executed? I can't remember. It's actually kind of amazing that the Catholic Church let that fly. Given their predisposition for taking people out, like in the 1500s and stuff like that, Martin Luther, I feel like he kind of dodged a bullet. I think it's because he was in Germany, though, right? And I think Germany was, like, the location where Protestantism was breaking out. So I think, actually, yeah, Germany at that time, I think, was, like, the center of the world for not necessarily irreligious thought, but a-Catholic thought, I suppose. Like, blasphemous thought, quote-unquote, I guess. As I recall, Germany was that place in the 1500s. Anyways, we got to get some people cured up right here. They got a lot of stress. So, Revere, guess what? You're going to the cloister. He's using the transept right now. I pray, I beseech, please get me away from here. Alright, do we have anybody who's like maxed out? Actually, everybody's looking pretty good right now in terms of their stress. We only have to use up the little stress reliefs, I guess. I mean, we've got enough busts and other things to... Oh, we need portraits. Let's increase the... almost there.
Diversion and dalliance await those who cross the threshold with coin in hand.
Let's take Osgot, and we'll put Osgot at the bar. We will take Lily and put him at the gambling hall. And that should keep us pretty much patched up for right now. We're going to spend a bunch of money at the back end of this episode. We got about 4 or 5 minutes left. I'm probably just going to spend time getting people's abilities where I want them. I want everybody to have Dazzling Light, the AoE, and some other stuff in our healing group. The other abilities are just not that good. Like Mace Bash is kind of like one of those things you do as a desperate move because you get pulled up to the front. And a lot of her other abilities are not that great. They're debuffs, I guess. But I find debuffs to be of limited usefulness in this game. Like, there's a few exceptions to the rule, but by and large... He's God-fearing still. I think we should probably get rid of Satanophobia as well. I'd like to beefcake him out as one of our better characters. But anyways, let's see what we can do. He has a self-healing ability, or he has a heal that's pretty good. And I would probably get rid of Bulwark of Faith since I have no idea what it does. I don't know what the protection... Let me see if it says right here. It says... Yeah, there's no... I can't click it and I can't find out. Let me see if there's a tutorial hiding anywhere. No. So I have no idea what protection does. I should probably look it up on the forum so I can be like more intelligent and like tell you guys what we should be doing right now. But I have no clue. What kind of items you got? The Manslayer's Ring. You get a bonus damage towards humans. That's not terrible. The Deteriorating Bracer. We've had that before. Actually, I had that in a previous playthrough. Never got. You have all never seen it. It's kind of expensive right now. I feel like you should probably throw some badges into this place, some crests, before you start spending money, just to save yourself some cash in the long term. What do we have down here? Is everything for the Leper? We have a lot of Leper stuff, and then we have the Highwayman's thing right here. But did he keep his rabies, by the way? He kept his rabies. So Noofmarch, we're not really going to have a choice. We're going to have to fire him, I think. Like, I think Noofmarch, he's just got too many negative traits at this point. We can't keep him rocking. I could start getting rid of him, but it'd be so expensive. Like, so we've already got enough rogues. Let's see what we can recruit anyways. Might be able to, like, now that we can give people abilities, we might be able to replace him. So we've got Pi de Cor. I don't know what that name means, but it's an impressive name. I had a friend when I was a kid named Lahamadou, and his name was so long. It was a French name. His last name was Lahamadou, and his name was so long that you couldn't, we used to play on the baseball team together. And so his name was so long that his name couldn't be on the back of his jersey. They just had to put Laham on the back. We got Phantasmi. He's bad. We've got Basset, who's pretty decent, and he's named after an adorable dog. A stinky dog, but an adorable dog. Basset hounds have a natural stink. My neighbor had 4 or 5 Basset hounds when I was a kid, and they have a musk. Most dogs don't have that, but Basset hounds have an actual musk. This character right here, let's talk about the occultist, since you've all never seen him before. I want to stress first and foremost that I love the fact that they have a character from the Middle East in the game. Like, there are not enough games that kind of probe Middle Eastern lore from like the Crusades period, and I love the fact that they have like a Middle Eastern occultist in the game. That's really, really cool. He's afraid of humans, so that's no good, but he's good in the Warrens. His first ability is Sacrificial Stab. Pretty good ability. Really good versus the Eldritch. Does a decent amount of damage. He's got Abyssal Artillery, which is really, really nice, which is a ranged attack for the back lines. It takes a 25% damage reduction, but it has a huge crit chance, and it's really good against the Eldritch. Fantastic ability. I give it a thumbs up. Weakening Curse, I give it a thumbs up. It makes it so your target hits less and hits less each time that they hit. So, there you go. Word Construction. Or Weird Reconstruction. I give this one a giant double thumbs up right here. It's an ability that has a chance to heal you 0 to 10, but it makes you bleed. But because so many characters have a really high bleed resist, for example, Reynald has a really high, oh no he doesn't, 40%. Who has a high bleed resist? Well anyways, you have a high enough resist to where it doesn't happen most of the time. And so what typically occurs when you pop off with this ability is that you get healed for like 5 or 6, and then you bleed for 2 or 3 over the next couple turns. But once you're already bleeding, you can basically just spam this on somebody that's already bleeding and they get healed for a whole bunch. We've also got Demon's Pull. So he's actually got a pretty well designed skill set right here. He's not my favorite, but I think the only thing that I would swap out right here is maybe Sacrificial Stab, since he's never going to be in the front lines. And I would give him maybe Weakening Curse instead for Sacrificial Stab. That would be what I would adjust personally, but he's a great character. And he's a fill-in healer, which is something we desperately need.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
Alright, because you have no abilities right there. Yeah, he doesn't have Flash Bomb, so he's not coming along. Sometimes it bugs out and you can't see these guys. Hold on, I'm going to put him in my party real fast. So Basset.
Elusive, evasive, persistent. Righteous traits for a rogue.
He's decent. Basset will work for right now. I was hoping we would get a Leper, and I keep hoping we'll get some of the other characters, but I never get Grave Robbers, and I never get Lepers. It's the strangest thing. I've had them. The Leper, if you don't know what he is, he's an AoE melee character, so that's what he does. He has really, really high damage and a really huge AoE. Like, I've seen him hit for a 26 crit on everything in their front 2 lines. And his problem is that his accuracy is 65%, and so if you run him with the Occultist with a Sigil of Weakness on the enemy, it'll lower their chance to dodge by 10%, which makes him more likely to hit, and then he's got a buff he could put on himself at the beginning of the battle too that makes him better off. He's also got his own personal prayers and things like that that he can say to heal. Pretty cool character. I like the Leper. He also looks like the guy from Kingdom of Heaven. He's got the mask and everything else. He's a really cool character. Anyways, my name is Splattercat. I'll see y'all later. Hi do, everybody. This is Darkest Dungeons. If you want to get the game, it comes out on Tuesday. This will probably go live after Tuesday. But anyways, I'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody.